This video is over factoring quadratic forms. We have seen quadratic forms of ax squared plus bx plus c. And the forms for this, the quadratic forms, has a 2-to-1 ratio on the exponents. So for instance, we have ax to the fourth plus bx squared plus c, 6 and 3, 8 and 4, etc. Okay, so if we are factoring quadratic forms, they are a 2-to-1 ratio, so 4 and 2, 6 and 3, 8 and 4. And we are going to factor them similar to what we have here. So for instance, this one we will factor it as x squared plus some r, x squared plus some s. Okay, so x squared. This one will be x to the third this one will be x to the fourth, so on and so forth. So the middle term tells us the value that our x's will be at. The factoring rules of sum of squares, difference of squares, sum and difference of cubes are still applied, but the new with the new factors, each factor has a possibility of factoring again. So let's begin on some examples. So x to the fourth plus 2x squared minus 63. So factor this like it was x squared. So 63, that would be 9 times negative 7 to give us our positive 2. So we'll have x squared minus 7 and x squared plus 9. This cannot be factored. Well, it technically can be factored if you wanted to use the i's, but in this case we will leave that one alone. We won't get into the i's until we start solving for these. Right now we are just factoring. X to the fourth minus 8x squared minus 9. Negative 9, we'll get negative 9 times 1 to get us the sum of negative 8. So x squared minus 9 times x squared plus 1. This is prime, but this one is a difference of squares. So x plus 3, x minus 3, and then we attach the remaining factor. So this is completely factored. X to the sixth minus 8x to the third plus 15. We will have negative 5 and negative 3. So for this case, we will have x to the third minus 3 and x to the third minus 5. We can have 12x to the fourth plus 23x squared plus 5. We will still do the AC method, which would be 60. This one, let's see here, 3 and 20. Yes, 3 and 20 will give us that 23. So we're still going to use our AC method. So 23x plus, x squared, excuse me, you got to match those, plus 3x squared plus 5. Factor by grouping, so we will have 4x squared coming out and 3x squared plus 5 plus 1 3x squared plus 5. If you can't factor anything out, factor out a 1 to keep your place value. And then this is prime. We cannot factor it unless we need to factor completely in our complex world. So that will be it on that one.